Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Heart and Soul. Today we're going to be making some homemade jambalaya. So let's get right into this by starting with a red bell pepper. You can use any bell pepper you like, but I'm going to go ahead and use the red one. I went ahead and cut off the stem, and then I'm going to get the gut out of the red bell pepper because I don't want the seeds or the stem in there, or the root of it. So I just take my knife around it and go ahead and gut that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut the bell pepper in half, and then I'm going to cut the half of the bell pepper into strips, just as you see as I'm doing here. Next, I went ahead and turned the strips lengthwise to dice the bell pepper. This part is pretty simple and self-explanatory. I find this is the best way to dice a bell pepper, but you do it whichever way is easiest for you. Just a quick reminder to make sure that your bell pepper strips are pretty even because you want them to cook evenly. You don't want to have like this gigantic dice and then the rest of them are really small. Try to keep them all the same size, and my knife is dull, so I have to break some of them up by hand. Next, we're going to go ahead and dice, I did 2 cloves of garlic in this recipe, but you can do as much or as little as you like. But make sure you add it, and the fresh garlic, not the one that comes in the can, because this gives more flavor and I think it tastes way better than getting the stuff that comes in water. It's super cheap, it just takes a little bit more effort, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it to make it really simple. So after I struggle trying to get that out of the bulb, I cut off both ends because this is going to make all the skin come off when you smash it down. That way you don't have to spend a lot of time peeling the garlic. All you have to do is smash it and the skin should come right off. I've been doing that for years and it works perfectly. I slice mine kind of like how I do an onion if I'm trying to get dices. I just slice it lengthwise and then go across it horizontally and then dice it. This method works because it goes ahead and gets them as small as they can go. But I dice mine down even more after I'm finished doing this. So that helps really get that mince on the garlic because you don't want it to be like too big in chunks, because if you get a big like chunk of garlic, it doesn't taste good at all. So I recommend going ahead and dicing up even after you do this method, and it'll get you the perfect mince. And as you can see, I go ahead and repeat that process with my second clove of garlic. Okay, now on a separate cutting board, I went ahead and diced the celery. This is the method that works best for me. I take the celery and then I cut it in half, lengthwise, and then you just go ahead and dice it. Super simple. And this part is not sped up, y'all. I just got that good of knife skills, so don't play with me. But yeah, this part is pretty fun. I really love using a knife. This is my favorite part. Like, I feel like a sharp knife is very important because it makes it just that much more fun because you can keep going. But I just went ahead and sliced that celery. Like I said, this is not sped up, so it's just a professional chef thing. No, I'm playing, y'all, but I did that. So yeah. Okay, moving right along, we're gonna go ahead and show how we seasoned the meat. I ended up doing chicken, shrimp, and sausage in this recipe. The chicken is already seasoned, but we went ahead and seasoned the shrimp with some onion, garlic, pepper, and Tony's, and some Italian seasoning. And I think she used Old Bay as well. And you want to mix that seasoning thoroughly. Make sure every single speckle of shrimp is covered in seasoning. And then you want to go ahead and take off the tails, because nobody wants to eat that whenever you bite into it. It's just an extra step that's unnecessary. Just take the extra time to take the tails off because they're not that hard. And it makes it easier for people when they eat it. They really appreciate that. So Just go ahead and do that. And as I mentioned earlier, we did decide to add sausage in here. We did the whole 9 yards, all 3 meats. So she went ahead and sliced that like in this diagonal shape. I just think it's so cute. I love slicing sausage in this diagonal shape because it just makes it look more fancy. So that's all I'm doing here, or she's doing. I do want to mention at this point we use raw shrimp, and I highly recommend using raw shrimp in this recipe because it's gonna hold up against that sauce when it has to boil down. It will not come out rubbery or taste funny. You have to use raw shrimp because it can hold up to the amount of time that it takes to boil the sauce down. Next, we're gonna go ahead and sear the chicken. Just go ahead and get a good sear on it on high. It doesn't have to be fully cooked at this point because again, it's gonna get simmered down in that sauce later. Next, we went ahead and cooked the shrimp as well, just not too long, just a little sear on it. Same thing with the sausage. Go ahead and get that cooked down. And then I went ahead and added some butter and oil in the pan. If you don't know, the oil keeps the butter from sticking. And then those veggies that we sliced up earlier, we're gonna go ahead and saute those down. I recommend sauteing them down a little longer than you think you need to because it comes out for a better result. I don't really care to have like bites of the vegetables in there, especially celery, because you know that can kind of get strong. So just mix that around, take your time with it, and just really babysit it and cook it down. Alright, once those have been cooking down for a while, go ahead and add in my diced tomatoes. And then at this point, while that's cooking down, I was over there stirring the veggies and the diced tomatoes, or my sister was doing that, sorry. I'm cutting up the chicken because I'm the one with the orange nails. I'm cutting up the chicken, and like you can see, it's not fully cooked because it's gonna fully cook later. So don't panic, it's not supposed to be fully cooked at this point, it's just supposed to have a good sear. So just go ahead and dice that into bite-sized pieces, however big or small you like. Look at that chicken, it looks gorgeous. My sister wanted to take a separate video. So now we add all that meat right back into a pan. And then I went ahead and added some tomato paste, which was off camera, sorry. And then I added some chicken broth. So I'm gonna put the measurements in the description below, but for me, we ended up doing 4 cups to 2 cups of rice. And there I am adding in the rice. After that, put the lid on it and let it cook down. I'll put the exact time in the description box. After it finishes cooking down, it should look just like this. Everything is cooked to perfection. The rice is fluffy, the meat is cooked thoroughly, and it tastes so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.